Well, morning everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Where are we today? It's Monday the 14th of July, about 10 to 11 in the morning. A little bit of a line this morning, and checking comments and all that sort of usual thing. Very cloudy today, a lot cooler, which is actually quite pleasant, and we've had a bit of rain up here in North Yorkshire. So as part of the North Yorkshire series, I thought today we would take a trip down into Stockton-on-Tees, or Stockton as it's more commonly known, town centre. I've heard mixed reviews on this one, and I've seen some not so nice videos. So Stockton might be one of those towns that is quite a sad story. I'm not entirely sure. Let's go and let's have a look. Let's not judge. Let's get there first. But also towards the south of the city is a place called Yarm, which I actually have quite high hopes for. That could be a different kettle of fish, but I don't know. As I say, from what I've seen, Stockton-on-Tees, Stockton town centre, could be a city, a town rather, in decline, which is quite sad. So, but let's not judge. Let's get there first. I'll jump on a bus down here. We'll go down there, we'll have a look at Stockton, and then we'll go on to Yarm. I've worked out the buses. So as always everybody, let's take a look.
The next stop is Norton Road, Durham Street.
Well, I have to say they operate an excellent fleet of buses up here in Stockton-on-Tees. They're all practically brand new, very smart buses, all electric. Very efficient and very frequent. This trip is from Norton, from the hotel, a bus stop just over the road, to Stockton-on-Tees, or Stockton Town Centre, which he says you won't miss it. I'm a little bit of trepidation about this morning's filming. The trip costs £2.10. I'm not sure how long it takes, perhaps 10 minutes or something. So here we go. As always, let's take a look. Well, that was a fairly straightforward journey, about 10 minutes, and here I am in the centre of Stockton High Street. It's a big high street. I mean, it's supposedly the widest high street in the UK. So here I am. I need a little bit of breakfast, but let's have a wander around, and it doesn't look too bad so far. Let's have a wander, let's take a look. Well, it seems most of the buses seem to stop here. I'm pretty much central here, so it doesn't look too bad. Certainly a big high street. Around. It looks quite nice actually. Some nice architecture. I don't know what that bell tower is up there. Clock. Shops. Well, let's continue. So what's this? The Stockton Flyer, a whimsical creation by sculptor and inventor Rob Higgs that celebrates Stockton's place in the history of railways. Well, it was here, I think, Darlington to Stockton, I think, was the first passenger railway in the UK or the world, first passenger carrying train. The Flyer emerges from its plinth at 1 p.m. each day. It would be interesting to see 1 p.m. on special occasions at other times. The Flyer was unveiled as part of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth's 90th birthday, 2016. We'll see if we can get back for that, 1 p.m. And there's a visitor information centre there. And just to reinforce what I said, the Stockton and Darlington Railway Celebrations 2025. So this is where it all began. This is where the first passenger train was inaugurated, right here. And then just next door is the Stag Inn. I wonder if there's going to be as many pubs in the town centre. Let's take a look. Well, there's plenty of shops. It seems fairly lively. I was sort of thinking everything would be boarded up, looking at the sort of negative videos that I watched. But so far it doesn't look too bad. Let's continue. There's the Fountain Shopping Mall and arcade. Looks like a little cafe there, but interestingly, here we go. There's a Costa, which is clearly shut down with a big close sign on the door, so that's not so good. Let's continue. And behind that boarding, with the hardware there, the cranes and whatnot, diggers, is developments underway. I'm not sure what the development. Originally, many years ago, I think there was a castle there. Not sure what that is. There was a castle there, And then I think in the 60s, a shopping centre, 60s, 70s, there was a shopping centre. That's all been demolished, so I'm not sure what they're developing over there. Well, this is quite a pleasant little square. I'm not sure what that structure is. Some sort of modern art, perhaps. Quite a pleasant square, and then just behind me here is the Shambles shopping centre or indoor market. Shambles actually being an old word. Shambles in modern language means a complete mess, dreadful. But shambles in old language basically is a place where butchers used to go and prepare their meats. Hence the Shambles in York, which we'll see tomorrow. Let's go in and take a little look around the Shambles, see what we can see. It's only a very small indoor market. Let's go in and take a look. Well, the first thing that you're confronted with is e-ciggy UK. Electric cigarettes, a company you can trust. Does that mean we can't trust the rest? And there's all your e-ciggies there. That's quite nice. Nice, pleasant, clean in here. An old-fashioned sweet shop. Oh, they look nice, don't they? Wow, look at that lot. Lemon crystals, blue crystals, fruit salads, berry cubes, pearl drops. I remember all that from years ago. Wow, amazing. Biscuit melon. There's a cafe here. So it's very peaceful, but it's a Monday morning. People are at work. Shambles Cafe. It's nice. Get your hair cut in there. Only a little indoor market, but quite nice. Some looms there. Brings you out onto the other side. And just that undergoing development over there. That'll be interesting to see. I mean, that is a really positive thing for any major town. And that's obviously a huge development. Building a bright future together. But what? Billingham Norton. That is, for my money, that is a really positive thing. Let's continue. Well, I've taken a closer look at this, or the plans for this huge development here. And for my money, it looks very positive indeed. I mean, my thoughts when I was watching the videos yesterday evening of Stockton Town Centre, where it needs massive regeneration and investment, and I think this is exactly what I was thinking about. So let's take a closer look. I'll show you. So Stockton Central Blueprint. Do you live, work, study, shop, socialise in, or visit Central Stockton? We want to hear your views for long-term plans for the regeneration. That's an important word, it's the regeneration of the town centre. So I think that's massive. Let's have a closer look. Our 6 towns. Oh, that looks really nice indeed. That could be amazing when it's done. That would bring more business to the town. Stockton Waterfront, Finkel Square. Finkel Square will be the main arrival point from the centre of the High Street. Its location close to Finkel Street will combine the urban park with an existing streetscape reflecting the character of the area and will include a more intimate setting with tree planting and views down to the river. We need to have a look at the river. Seating, heritage interpretation, further opportunities for hosting events. So let's continue. Oops. And there will be a very large play area here as well. Stockton Waterfront Play Area is a large-scale play area will offer a wide range of features, including integration with water play that will create a standout destination of features that will make it our most accessible place. Well, this is all really positive stuff, but I need to find the river. Just a sneaky peek what's going on over there. It's a big development. I'm not sure what the idea of these structures are, whether they're just aesthetic sculptures or whether they serve a practical purpose. It's certainly a big high street, so we need to walk down here to the end of this hoarding and eventually find the oh wow, look at this, Stockton Waterfront. An urban park and riverside plaza in the heart of Stockton, reconnecting the high street to River Tees, coming in 2025. Well, I'd love to see that when it's done. It looks really impressive. Really does look impressive. Wow. Let's continue. There's the Johnny Walker Tavern, and right next door is the Thomas Sheraton, which is the Wetherspoons. Well, there's certainly a lot of traffic redirection here, diversions, because of the development. The Lidl's there. There we go. Well, I've managed to find a way through. Some wonderful apartments there, overlooking the River Tees. Absolutely beautiful, complete with swans, look. So here we are, and that's the bridge. I can't remember the name of it. There's someone paddleboarding over there. You see them? Someone paddleboarding. So pleased I made it down to the river. Something so special about flowing water. Slow flowing water. This is such a lovely waterfront setting here. I mean, there's some units here and food outlets, but I think that new development will be so complemented with the river right here. I think it has great potential, I really do. Well, there's birds appearing from everywhere here. And that's why. It's feeding time. Well, I've stopped in at the Thomas Sheraton Wetherspoons for a coffee. Double espresso with hot milk, £1.19, as much coffee. That'll do me, that'll keep me going. Coffee number 2. Why is it? How can it be so hard to have a boiling hot coffee? If Carlsberg made coffee. So there's a fitness studio here right next to a main junction that takes you either to the north or the south via the A19, or Middlesbrough via the A66, and Thornaby, which I think I'll be going to tomorrow on the way to York, and Stockton South, which hopefully we'll be going to shortly in the next video, to Yarm. So let's continue. That was a delicious, well, I say it's delicious, it just wasn't hot enough, that coffee. With a rather sorry looking telephone box, old telephone box, currently being used as an ATM. There we go. There's the Old Dun Cow, another pub. Does a town really need lots of pubs? Personally, I don't think so. It needs something more interesting. There's an Arriva bus office here. That brings back some memories. I used to be a driver for Arriva down in South London many moons ago. Well, let's continue walking just a little bit more, and then I think I'll think about getting my way down to Yarm. Particularly interested in looking at Yarm. It does sound quite nice. But to be honest with you, here seems okay to me. I haven't seen too many boarded up shops. There's some huge redevelopment on the way being undertaken. So I think it has an awful lot of potential. It's a wonderful high street. It has a lot of potential. It just needs investment and development. Let's continue. That needs a facelift, but this looks quite nice. Number 10 Cafe, Wellington Square, Cafe Nero there. This all looks quite pleasant here. Nice modern paving. Let's have a little wander down here. Wellington Square. This looks quite nice. This looks like quite recent development down here, perhaps in the last few years. But a nice little shopping arcade, like a little separate high street of its own, really. Quite nice. Warren James, Hayes Travel. They do the coach trips, don't they, I think. Quite nice. There's a Greggs down there, Ramsden's, pawnbrokers. Wow. Let's continue. Nice bit of artwork on the adjoining bridges. There's a Poundland. Plenty of discount stores here. Big brands, big savings, and why not? There's Katie's Cards, a Subway, and an exchange shop. This is actually a very smart area of the high street, I have to say. This looks like recent development, as I say, perhaps in the last few years. It's very smart here. Part of it looks as though it's covered over there. Welcome to Stockton. Yeah, I'll go with that. Lovely looking bakery. Blue Corn Bakery. That's a KFC, and right next door an Iceland. And there's plenty more outlets this side. And this side. So there's plenty of shops here. This is all quite positive, which has brought me out conveniently to right in front of the shop to where I'll catch the bus to Yarm, which is going to be the next video. I'm looking forward to that one. So yeah, there it is. Quite impressed, really. Not disappointed at all. So that brings me to the end of my walk around Stockton High Street, and there's plenty of it to see. I mean, no, it wasn't a horror story at all. I mean, it certainly has potential. There are some boarded up shops, but there's a huge development, waterfront development going on at the moment that should be ready perhaps at the end of this year, maybe next year, but it says 2025. So I think that could be a real boon to the local community, I really do. So yeah, I was reasonably pleased. So yeah, I quite like it actually, but as I say, there needs to be more investment, and I think a few less pubs. I don't think all this big drinking thing is good for any town centre. Certainly Norton's got a lot of pubs, and I think there could be some potential issues there. But it's a lovely little village, Norton, where I'm staying for yesterday and tomorrow and tonight. But yeah, reasonably pleased with Stockton High Street, or Stockton on Tees, they just call it Stockton. Reasonably pleased with Stockton High Street. So as always everybody, if you enjoy watching my videos, please remember to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for when I upload new videos. This pushes the video out to other people who might be interested in visiting Stockton High Street in North Yorkshire, and also helps my channel grow. So onwards now to get the next video made. Thanks a lot everybody, see you in the next one. Bye bye.